Like a child, Bhagavan Sri Krishna performs the leelas of creation through his expansions to enjoy with the jivas. So the idea was to really enjoy with the jivas. But what happens is not all the jivas are inclined to enjoy with Bhagavan the same way. There are some jivas who love to play with Krishna. These jivas play with Krishna in various bhavas. Dasya Bhava, Sakya Bhava, Vatsalya Bhava, and Madhurya Bhava. So these jivas lovingly serve Krishna and make Krishna and themselves very happy. But there are another kind of jivas, their attitude is different. They want to play themselves away from Krishna. Because Krishna has given freedom to everybody. Every jiva has freedom. So this is where the differences come now. Every jiva is different. So some jivas want to play themselves away from Krishna. For them, Krishna actually creates the material worlds out of his power of Maya and gives to the jivas to play with their own leelas. These jivas exploit the worlds and suffer due to their own karma. That is Baddha jivas. Those who are in the material universes, this is actually the category number 2. And category number 3 is also another kind of jivas. They do not want to play at all. They are lazy jivas in one way. And they're thinking about jnanas and these and all kinds of things. They want to annihilate themselves. They want to merge in the Brahman. And then they do not want to really play and then make Krishna happy. But which choice we have chosen? And can we change our choice? Yes, it is possible. But it is not that easy. We need help. Through the help of a guru, the jiva has to surrender its freedom back to the Lord and strengthen itself by the grace of the guru to realize its own swarupa. That is, what is the swarupa? Jivera swarupa haya krishnera nitya dasa. So the original nature of the jiva is to be an eternal servant of Sri Krishna and be always with him. But because of the freedom and because of the weakness of the jiva, this is what happens. So of these 3 kinds, the second kind is very bad. And that is exactly what we are talking about before we just get into the Srimad Bhagavatam. So these type 2 are the Baddha jivas. They want to enjoy themselves away from Krishna. That is why we do not see Krishna. So they have turned their back to Bhagavan Sri Krishna. It's called Bahirmukha. If someone turned their back to Swayam Bhagavan Sri Krishna, then they undergo much suffering and be very unhappy. They will have to take millions of births in the material worlds, but will never attain happiness in any birth. We covered this truth as a Harikatha last Sunday, searching for happiness. They are all searching for happiness in the wrong place, though. They had exercised their freedom in the wrong way. Every jiva is a part and parcel of Bhagavan. In its intrinsic form, every jiva is a servant of Bhagavan, Lord Sri Krishna. But abandoning this truth, the living entity becomes opposed to Bhagavan and thinks, I am the enjoyer of this world. I am the master of everything. And everything has been created for my enjoyment. Actually, there are many moms. They are telling their children also, see, God created everything for us to enjoy. So we can kill them and eat eat those animals too. Otherwise, why did God have to create all these things? So this is the illusion of the opposed jivas. And the material worlds are filled with illusions and ignorance because of this. But Lord Krishna is always looking at us. He is with us all the time. He is in the heart of every jiva as Paramatma. But we never feel his presence due to lack of spiritual eyes. Or we do not even make attempt to look at him. Instead, we are looking only our body and whatever we see in this material world. In fact, we should have feeling that, oh, alas, we have separated from our Lord. What a miserable condition. But Lord is not keeping quiet either. But Bhagavan Krishna is very, very merciful. For the purpose of bringing his jivas towards himself, he has even become the Salagramasila, and also brought his dearest devotee and associate who has appeared here as Tulasi Maharani. What is the purpose of their coming down to the earth like this? It is only to attract the fallen jivas, so that the jivas can go back to their real home in the spiritual world. Krishna also has manifested in this world in the form of Giriraj Govardhan. Also, his dearest associate from Goloka, he brought everyone from Goloka, including Yamuna river. We can see how merciful Bhagavan is, so much so that he has made the arrangement for everyone to attain him. Giri Govardhan is accessible for everyone, and he is fully capable of bestowing Krishna Prema. It has been said that he fulfills whatever desires people approach him with, and in this way has arranged a very nice trap for the jivas. Because remember, the reason why Krishna is really doing all these things are to attract jivas, but by love and affection. The love and affection is not something artificial to the jivas. It is there in every jiva. But due to the freedom and wrongly using the freedom, they have really fallen here. And Krishna is really coming here and doing wonderful leelas, as we are seeing in Srimad Bhagavatam. And now, so this way, he is really trying to attract us back to his abode. Actually, it is our abode, in fact. That's our home. So Giri Govardhan, Yamuna river and Vrindavan pastimes, all the leelas, they're all nice traps for the jivas so that they will be attracted. And so, it's not like the mouse trap where it's get killed. But here we are saving ourselves. But the jivas have the tendency to ask for favors to make this material life happy. There are so many who do Govardhan Parikrama actually come to ask for such favors only. This happens, even with the Radha Kunda. If anyone desires a son, wealth, to get their son or daughter married, a better job or whatever, they also go to Govardhan actually. It's not everybody's pure devotee there. And they will beg from him. And Govardhan will bestow all those things. But he catches them with a trap. How is that? At first, by bestowing what they want, he captures the people by grabbing the end of their finger. And then he grabs the whole finger. Next, the hand. Because once you really go to Govardhan Parikrama, you want to go again. Why? Because first time you went there, but because of the spiritual atmosphere and the power that he really has, we get so much attracted. Even though when we really go, went there for some personal favor, but he attracts. And everyone who has really taken Govardhan Parikrama, they want to go again and again and again and again. So you see so many people are even doing Dandavat Pranams for years and years to really go around. So thus he really grabs first the tip of the finger, then the whole finger. Next he just holds on your hand, and finally he grabs everything. An example is, those of you who have traveled on the trains in India, you might have seen how they are very crowded and how no seats are available. I am talking about unreserved compartments. So after boarding the train, what the people do? They somehow or other move near to a bench, sitting place, seat. Then place their hand down. They will somehow grab it. But no seat. And then he spreads his hand little out more grabbing. Whenever something happens, something is possible, they grab more and grab more and grab more. Then begin to edge their way in until he has squeezed himself into a seat. In the same way, Giriraja and the spiritual master and the Vaishnavas also do the same thing. Gradually bring the conditioned soul towards Krishna Bhakti. But only the fortunate ones can be favored like this trickery. Actually, it's a trickery. Krishna is playing the trickery, using all the leelas. And also, Govardhan is actually playing the trickery. And these gurus and Vaishnavas also play the trickery because they are out of compassion. They want the jivas to really to be delivered. So they are all crooked in one way. Otherwise, we cannot get Krishna Bhakti. Eventually, Giri Govardhan bestows Krishna Bhakti. The jiva then realizes that what he was asking in the beginning was actually worthless compared to Krishna Bhakti. So the jiva then realizes, yes, this is basically Krishna Bhakti is the topmost. This is the same way a real guru also traps a jiva. He first gives a little mala. Hey, chant this mala with your finger. He's catching your finger now. Like Giri Raja catching your finger. Then he puts a tilak on your forehead and catching you by the head. And then he puts a tulasi mala around your neck. Now he got your neck. Then he gives a diksha mantra. Now he got your mind and heart, everything. So now after some time you will feel that you belong only to Sri Guru. That Guru takes you and offers to Krishna. So they're all crooked in a way. Why is he doing this? He is serving Lord Krishna the same way Giri Govardhan does. So a guru is also tricky like Giri Govardhan. So we must get the mercy of a Vaishnava. And who are the best Vaishnavas? Yudhishthira, Uddhava, and Giri Raja Govardhana. And there are many. Among all these three, as we covered in the last class, Giri Raja is the best. Because Yudhishthira or Uddhava, they are not going to get what we desire. Only Giri Raja can give it. If we really feel that Bhagavan Sri Krishna is our only necessity, we will have such a great eagerness. Then our eagerness will lead us to ask a Vaishnava, how can I get Krishna? How can I see Krishna? How can I know about Krishna? This is where we recognize our necessity for a guru. For obtaining any material object, a guru is not necessary. Actually, they should not be called guru, like we're learning music, learning sports, or learning this and all those things in the material world. Actually, they are not gurus. They are only teachers or consultants. Guru actually means heavier than God. Guru actually means, Sanskrit means one who is heavier than God. That is Guru Tattva. How can these materialistic teachers be heavier than Krishna himself? So only a bona fide spiritual leader can be called a guru. In spiritual matters, approaching a guru is surely necessary. In fact, don't even think of discussing about your material difficulties with your guru. A guru is called guru, not as a teacher. If we call our guru with other names, you have ego. You have not really accepted a guru yet. And hence, we won't get any spiritual benefit or mercy at all. It is all only superficial. Only when we call your guru, not spiritual master or something. No, you don't have a guru. So Giriraja is not only guru but also a form of Bhagavan Krishna himself. Talking about Giriraja gives you so much of mercy, and Yamuna Devi also gives so much of mercy. And we are seeing a couple of things from Srimad Bhagavatam. That is what today's class is about. Vrindavan Dham will give mercy, and we should pray all of them. The pinnacle of Srimad Bhagavatam is about Prema Bhakti. Only the gopis actually have that. But we cannot mimic them. We cannot become gopis. But we can only hear about them. We have to start like Prahlad. How high Prahlad? Even though his destination is only Vaikunta. How high he is. So we have to start like that, and only by the mercy of Guru we can go higher and higher. At the same time, we should not get stuck in the first grade itself. We have to keep going high and high and high. For that you need the mercy of your Guru. Otherwise, without Guru Bhakti, these higher realms are simply not possible. You will keep on doing all these deity worship, but the deity never comes to the heart. Because deity worship is only done by only Kanistha Adhikari. The higher stage you have, no, they don't do any deity worship as they may have a deity, but they already have that inside their heart. And they are going through these Ashtakaliya Leelas. That is what all the 24 hours a day, not just one, sometimes worship the deity. 24 hours the day, they are actually immersed with the feelings of Krishna. They see. Now, we should not, but the same thing is again talking about gopis. Our Gurudev is very, very particular. We cannot really jump just like that. We have to be very careful because all the Srimad Bhagavatam, we will be putting that kind of restrictions. So, we cannot talk about them in depth. We can only hear about them to honor them. They say, just as we love Krishna, all of the trees, these creepers, the birds, mountains and rivers of Vrindavan are fully conscious and are serving Krishna, but we are not able to serve. So they go to Govardhan on the pretext of going to take bath in Manasi Ganga and having darshana of Haridev. Because why? Why they are going there? Krishna is taking the cows out to graze there somewhere. And then they will surely receive some or other his darshana. So high-class devotees have their sentiments like this. They will be thinking sometimes with, their sentiments will be sometimes with Giriraj, sometimes with the deers of Vrindavan, sometimes with Yamuna Devi, and sometimes the peacocks of Vrindavan, and sometimes even within the clouds. They see Krishna in everything. They see Krishna in everything they see in this world. This is called Bhava. Every being in Vrindavan they have so much of love for Krishna. And they see Krishna also loves them the same way. Krishna loves all the residents of Vrindavan. The highest devotees really feel that this is important. Oh, everyone is serving Bhagavan except me. I am the only one I am not serving. Even though he is serving 24 hours a day, including this Ashtakaliya, even when you are sleeping, he is actually dreaming. So he is 24 hours a day, he is all serving, thinking about Krishna. But what kind of sentiment that these highest devotees will develop? Everything is, everyone is serving Bhagavan except me. Never think that this statement is an exaggeration. It is true. If that we do not have this kind of sentiment, that we are nothing, we do not have any bhakti. If you think that you have bhakti, you do not have any trace of bhakti. So in the guise of cowherding, Sri Krishna actually wants to enjoy with every being in Vrindavan. But the gopis are sitting in their homes and conversing. One friend is telling, to Radharani. What is he saying? Drishtvad braj pashun saharam gobai sancharayantam anuvenum udirayantam prema pravruta udita kushumavalibihi sakyurviyatatsva vabusham buddha adapatram. Drishtva, seeing, atape means in the full heat of the sun. What is happening? Krishna, Balaram, Gopas, they are all taking the cows. This is their daily pastime. Cows and calves to the Vrindavan forest. But the time they are going is around noon. So, Atape means in the full heat of the sun. And Braja Pashun. Pashu means all the animals. These cows, actually they should not be called animals. They are devotees. They all came from Golaka Vrindavan only. Those who really have that kind of bhava to serve Krishna as mothers, they are all taken the form of cows. And those who really want to really have a sakha, their close relation, they are all actually coming as calves. So, Braja Pashun, Saha together with Rama Gopai means Lord Balaram and the cowherd boys. Chancharayantam means herding together. Anu, repeatedly, what? Here comes that. Venum, his flute, because it is getting hot. And he is going to use the flute for something. Udirayantam, what is he doing? He is playing the flute. And how he is playing? When he is playing, so many things actually it produces. Prema, out of love. Pravrittaha, expanded, udita, rising high. So Kushuma Avalibi means with the droplets of water. So what happens then when he sings, he plays a flute? It is coming with so much of loving sound, and it produces prema to everyone who hears. And what happens there? It even makes the air to produce clouds. And they actually come, and these clouds come, and they are like an umbrella. Umbrella means Atapatra means umbrella. Who is giving the umbrella? Ambudaha. Ambudaha means the cloud. So he is forming clouds and just giving shade for Krishna and Gopas and these cows and calves. So this is basically this one of the Srimad Bhagavatam, the slokas that we are taking today. Seeing Krishna and Balaram taking the cows and calves out of grazing, playing their flutes in the afternoon sun. Seeing it was hot, the clouds burst with divine love. They want to do some seva to Krishna. To actually not only Krishna, seva to Krishna and the cows and also the calves. Because when you do want to seva, you do seva to all the Vaishnavas also. The same way all who are all dear to Krishna, yes, the clouds want to do some seva. So the clouds formed like an umbrella and shielded Sri Krishna and his friends from the sun, while showering tiny droplets of rain that are like a shower of flowers. It's cooling down. So Sri Krishna is taking the cows out every day to graze, but accompanied by Baladev and Gopas and everybody. But every day was like very fresh. Because in the spiritual dimension, there is no kala. Every time is what? That's a present tense. There is no past, there is no future, nothing. It's always present. And it is fresh every time. This is the beauty of Lord's energy. In his abode of Goloka Vrindavan, every moment is fresh. So Lord Krishna has entered the forest. The cows grazed on and on until they reached the rocks of Govardhan. The rocks were very hot in the afternoon sun. And the sand and soil below their feet were also very hot. Remember that no one wears any footwear in Vrindavan. Even when we are actually going to Vrindavan Parikrama, no, actually the devotees are not supposed to wear anything. That is Parikrama. It was indeed very hot. If we visit Vrindavan in summer, June, July, you will feel the hot really. You will feel it so hot. The heat is too much. Thinking that the cows and his friends were feeling some pain due to this, Krishna placed his flute on his beautiful lips and gently played with a unique tune. Krishna has many kinds of flutes. Venum kvanandam aravinda dalayadaksham barhavadamsam achitambuda sundarangam kandarpa kodi kamaniya vishesha shobham Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Brahma, Lord Brahma is offering prayers to Krishna. I worship that Govinda, Krishna, who is adept in playing on his flute, with blooming eyes like lotus petals, with head decked with peacock feather. We saw the peacock feather story too. With a figure of beauty tinged with that hue of blue clouds. His color is bluish, the fresh rain cloud, as you see in the slide. And his unique loveliness charming millions of cupids. He's so sundara, beautiful. Venum Kuanandam. We don't want to get into Brahma Samhita. This is from Brahma Samhita, text number 30, chapter 5. But Venum Kuanandam means Venu. We are talking about Venu here. Actually, there are actually three major kinds of flutes: Venu, Murali, and Vamsi. Venu is very small, not more than 6 inches long. But Murali is about 18 inches long, with a hole at the end and 4 holes on the body of the flute. This kind of flute produces a very enchanting sound. Krishna knows all this. Vamsi, the Vamsi flute is about 15 inches long, but it has 9 holes on its body. Krishna would play on any of these 3 flutes whenever that he feels like. Krishna uses the Venu flute to attract the gopis, like Venum Kuanandam from the Brahma Samhita. These flutes were sometimes bedecked with jewels also. It would be nicely bedecked with jewels. Sometimes they were made of marble, and sometimes of hollow bamboo trees. When the flute is made of jewels, it is called Sammohini. When made of gold, it is called Akarshini. Anyway, it is said that Lord Krishna plays so many unlimited different kinds of tunes. And he plays in such a way that every time he wants to address one jiva, he plays in a way only that jiva will hear. And there are 8 kinds of tunes that are very, very famous. What do? When he plays, demigods like Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva's meditation is broken and they forget everything in astonishment. That is tune number 1. Tune number 2, this tune makes the Yamuna flow backwards. Tune number 3, this tune makes the moon to stop moving. This is how he makes a rasa dance. He wants the moon there all the time. He just plays the tune and that's it. Moon is just standing still. And the 4th tune makes the cows to run towards Krishna and get stunned listening to the flute, and you just get mesmerized. The 5th note attracts the gopis and make them come running to him. The 6th note makes the stones melt and creates autumn and season. All the seasons it can create. If you go to Vrindavan, you will see on the rock so many, the impressions of the footmarks, because Krishna plays this kind of tune whenever, and everything, the rock melts and the impressions of the cows and calves and himself and all the gopas, all impression you can see. But you have to go in the forest. 7th note manifests all the seasons. Same time, all the seasons will be there. 8th note is meant only for Radharani. When she hears that, only she will hear that. And she comes running to him, putting her cloth wrong here and there, his massacre, all kinds of things, because he gets it becomes, she becomes so bewildered. And in this case, Krishna played a tune in such a way that at once the clouds gathered and began to shower soft rain, not hard rain, soft rain. Yes, the tune made the rain. In India, there are many ragas that are well known for producing different effects. Nowadays, nobody is perfect. They are doing only cinema songs now. Once there was a guru named Swami Haridas. So he used to stay in Nidhivan, who was a master of wonderful ragas. He is said to be the incarnation of Lalita Devi actually. the main Sakhi of Srimati Radharani. The deity of Bange Bihari that you all know was manifested by Sri Radha Krishna and given to Swami Haridas. And this Swami Haridas had two disciples named Baiju Bavara and Tansen. Tansen was a singer in the, eventually he really got into the court of the king, Emperor Akbar. And Emperor Akbar put a rule policy that anyone who really comes to sing in his court or in his kingdom, they were obligated to challenge these Tansen in the royal court. And if they are defeated, the king will give big punishment either. So it is, unless one is very talented, nobody can sing there. Only those high-class singers in the court will be singing. So this Baiju Bavara went to Delhi and began skillfully singing different melodies, and a large crowd of people gathered to hear him. The news of this reached the king, and the king said, "Who is this person daring to sing here? This is a great insult to Tansen." So he called for Baiju Bavara and told him, "You must have the proper qualification. Otherwise, you are not allowed to sing in our court." But then Baiju Bavara said, "All right, we will have a competition then. Where will it be held?" "Oh, it will be held in my royal assembly." "Then who will decide the winner?" "All of my queens here will decide." "No, I cannot trust them. I want the animals of the jungle to make the decision, because that will be neutral. And then I will accept it. The queens will all certainly be prejudiced. So therefore, we should go to the jungle and see whose singing pleases the animals most." So the king, Akbar, agreed. So yes, all right, so it shall be. So the entire assembly went to the jungle. And first Tansen sang. Then Baiju Bavara sang. And what happened? When Tansen sang, nothing happened big. But then when Baiju Bavara sang, groups of deer immediately came running and gathered there. These deer became so absorbed in his singing that he reached over and placed a flower garland around the neck of one of the deer. Then as soon as he stopped singing, all the deer immediately ran away, far away and very quickly. Then this Baiju Bavara said, "If Tansen is a better singer than me, then he should call all those deers back with his singing. And once they are again absorbed, he should reach over the deer and retrieve that garland that I put." Tansen then stood and began singing. And he sang with such effort that he was perspiring heavily. But still the deer did not come. And he could not retrieve the garland either. Then Baiju Bavara sang again. And this time even more deer came. And at once again became absorbed in his singing. With one hand, he reached over and took back the garland that he put. And then he stopped singing. All the deers again ran off. So in the previous times, there were singers and musicians like these, who could also produce effects like bringing rain or even starting a fire. In fact, what is happening is in the picture, that musician is making rain out of right in front, in that place wherever he was really asked to really make it. So they can make fire. How? Because they know how to agitate the air to bring fire and rain. And therefore, we can conceive of the effects of the Supreme Bhagavan Sri Krishna. And his flute playing is capable of producing anything like he likes. Krishna played the flute in such a way that it bewildered everyone. And the cloud saw that. Oh, our friend has come. We should show our respect to our Lord and his friends. Why was there friendship between Krishna and the rain cloud? Why? Even to the sky. Because they were the same darkish blue, Shyama color. Shyama color. Shyama Sundara. The most beautiful color and form that the Supreme Bhagavan Sri Krishna has. This is his Swayam Rupa in Goloka Vrindavan. Krishna's flute was so marvelous. The rain cloud started forming immediately. The sakas and the cows were standing near Krishna. And they all became stunned and listened to the wonder. And the clouds began to gather in groups. But they did not come only for Krishna either. Wherever there were gopas here and there, wherever there were cows or calves wandering here and there, the clouds desired to render service to all. And they all were covered to really protect from sun with their own bodies like an umbrella, as we saw in the sloka. Now, but something mysterious was happening. As the rain clouds rendered this service, that increased their prema. See, when you do seva, what happens? We get prema. So when you do seva, you get prema. And when you get prema, what you do? Do more seva. This is what Prabhupada was telling. One of the disciples was asking, Oh, Srila Prabhupada, yes, I am doing seva. What is the result of doing the seva? He said, more seva. Prabhupada is so... He said, more seva will come. Why? That is what all the seva is about. Whether it's Guru seva or Krishna seva, whatever you do. When you do seva, prema comes. Prema comes means more seva only. You will give your entire life doing seva only. Same thing again, chanting. Chanting, so eventually you really get awakened. The ruchi comes. When the ruchi comes, you do not want to put your chanting beats there. You keep on drinking this amrit. So as there, so in Vrindavan, everything is spiritual anyway. But only if we have spiritual eyes, we can see the spiritual dimension. So these clouds, because with the seva of just we are holding, holding like themselves as the umbrella. So now prema came. What will happen when the higher form of prema comes? The tears will come. So as their prema increased, they felt that their service was not enough. This is exactly I was talking about in the beginning. If somebody is actually thinking that, yes, I have a lot of bhakti, I am doing a lot of seva, that means he doesn't have anything. But at the same time, if one has bhakti, he will feel that he does not have any bhakti and seva is not enough, and he will do everything just to do more seva, more seva, more seva. While the tears of joy come to their eyes, those tears look the form of cooling drops of rain for these clouds. And they fell softly from the sky like an offering of wonderful flowers. The gopis and the Uttamadhikaris. Uttamadhikari means the highest devotee. The gopis and Uttamadhikari's devotees are, what are they saying? Oh, these clouds are so fortunate. These gopis are saying, these clouds are fortunate. We are not. We cannot be equal to the clouds. We cannot render even a little service to Krishna. Oh, no one is as unfortunate as us. This kind of feeling is so unique in the spiritual world. Srila Gurudeva says that every sadhaka should feel like this. How? Everyone else is serving Krishna and I am not. If a sadhaka feels this way, then he will surely make progress in his sadhana. That means he is progressing. Otherwise, if he thinks that he is a great devotee, He will see faults in others, other devotees. And all of those faults will come back to him. This is the problem, I will tell you. Anyone who is criticizing another, thinking that he is always right, that means he has problem. This is why Srila Gurudev said, if you criticize somebody, that quality will come to you. See, whatever the quality that for which you are criticizing, that the same bad quality will come to you. So this is, I am not saying this, Shastra is saying. This is why Srila Gurudev gave the unique formula called CCC. What is CCC? C means never criticize. And next C is never complain. Third C is always chant. So never criticize, never complain, always chant. This is the CCC that our Gurudev gave this like a mantra. Therefore, we should never see the faults in other devotees. Of course, we are talking about devotees. Devotees always recognize the good thing in them. We should always make an effort to recognize only their good qualities. Now let us see another sloka. How the rivers also serve Krishna. Here comes a verse. Nadyastadadat ubadaryam mukunda geetam avarta lakshita manobhava bhagnavekaha alinganas sthakitam urmi bujair murarer Gruhnandi padayukalam kamalopahara. Natya means river. Natyas tada. Because when the tada comes, natyas tada. So this Nadya means river. Tada means then, that. Ubadarya means perceiving. Who? Mukunda, the Lord Krishna. Geetam, what is? His Geetam, again we are talking about another flute again here. Flute melody here. How many flute melody he has? Unlimited. So another one we are going to hear. This is going to make another kind of effect again. What is this actually going to do? Avarta means whirlpools. Remember when the current in the river is really, in certain way, it makes a whirlpool. It goes like a circle. Lakshita means manifest. Manabhava means desire. Desire of who? River. This Natya that we are talking about. How the rivers will be otherwise? Vega means they're forceful currents. But what do they do with that? They make a whirlpool and thus embracing alingana sthakitam. Sthagita means one place. It gets stuck in one place. Urme bujaiha. With what? With the arms of the arms. They are the waves. So with the waves, they are actually, when Krishna is playing this particular kind of tune, these rivers now get into prema. What do? Oh, they, with their arms, that is the waves. And by making them a whirlpool with their vega, the forceful currents. And Murare, who is Murari, the Lord Murali, they want to capture his lotus feet, Pada Yugalam, 2 lotus feet. So when Krishna is playing this unique tune, which we are talking about in this Srimad Bhagavatam, this verse, here rivers are getting into. Oh friends, so now this is also being told by the gopis only. So they are all talking with each other. Oh friends, when the rivers of Vrindavan, headed by the Yamuna, hear the vibration of Krishna's flute, their currents completely stop and their waters begin to swirl as if they are overcome with desire. They got some desire there. They are just stuck there in that. And what else they do? With their arms in the forms of waves, They reach out to touch and offer their lotus flowers to his lotus feet. There are two lotuses here. His feet are lotus, and also the Yamuna has so much of lotus flowers. So why? So this verse describes the sentiments of elevated devotees only. But they may not even come to all the elevated, this kind of feeling may not come to all the elevated devotees. Some of them, if they are actually having developed that kind of prema to Guru and Krishna. But these kind of sentiments is exclusive for gopis. But the thing is, we do not want to really talk about gopis, but why they are in Bhagavatam? It is in Bhagavatam. Why in Bhagavatam? These verses are there for the benefit of those sadhakas who have a similar type of hankering as the gopis do. Never stuck in first grade. You have to keep going. You have to keep going. But again, your guru will never, go that details, because there is so much of details that will go. No, we are not going. Because Bhagavatam, even it is purposefully, Radharani's name itself is hidden. Because it is not for everybody. Only for a Rasika Bhaktas, they will understand what it's all about. Anyway, by remembering these verses more and more, someday, in some lifetime, these beautiful feelings of the gopis, is their eagerness to meet Krishna, will enter their hearts. These kind of things can be taught only by our Gurudev. Because he came to give this second level or higher level than the first level that everybody else is dealing with. So due to the ecstasy of touching the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, the Yamuna just stops as if frozen by his flute sound too. Like the moon was frozen by one of his flute sound. Not only that, sometimes when Lord Krishna sings another tune, the Yamuna even flows backward. So they flow backwards. This is the magic of Krishna's flute. These little bamboo stick or whatever or whatever the flute, so because some are made up of the other jewels and everything too. But whatever the thing that he plays, it is doing whatever he thinks that he should do. That is the beauty of the Krishna's flutes. So Lord Krishna can control everything with his divine flute melody. When Vasudeva was carrying Vasudeva Krishna, born in Mathura, to the Gokul in Vrindavan, he had to cross the Yamuna in the pitch dark night of that Ashtami. That is what Janmashtami. Ashtami is supposed to be the darkest day. Yamuna wanted to go in. Vasudeva was really carrying baby Krishna on his head in a small basket. Yamuna Devi wanted to touch the lotus feet of Krishna. But Vasudeva was carrying Krishna on his head. But Yamuna was trying with her waves, up and trying to splash. See the splashes there are, she's trying to splash. But she could not. And she was trying to swell. But when he was trying to swell, then there's a problem, because she's supposed to give way to Vasudeva to cross also. Because the Vasudeva had to feel that it is only a knee depth. So she had a dilemma. How can I touch the lotus feet of Krishna? This is the unique opportunity that I am getting now. And she was thinking and trying. But then Krishna felt it. Seeing this, Krishna just extended his little feet for Yamuna to touch. He just put that arm out of the basket. And that is it. As soon as that Yamuna Devi really saw this, he At once she splashed and touched his lotus feet. And now she became so calm and blissful. Until then, the Yamuna was turbulent. That day, actually it was raining and dark and so cold, and she was turbulent. You should see how turbulent when Yamuna is flooded. But as soon as she just touched the lotus feet of Krishna, completely she just came down. Immediately after touching, she became so blissful. And made Vasudeva also feel that he was actually simply floating on the river, on her waters. That is a seva. So it was her seva to the Lord that made her so blissful. So we should always remember, the only way to make us happy is to do seva to Sri Guru and Krishna. If we do the seva to our family, children, these nonsense people, society, community, boss, and or everyone, we ultimately get only disgusted because they don't belong to us. Every jiva is different. Every jiva is independent. The jiva belongs only to Krishna. This only the sadhu will realize it. Others will not. Sadhus will not mingle with the family, this everything. No. Because he already gone over. He has gone over above all this kind of nonsense, basically. So he has really come above the illusion. This is the secret of becoming happy always. You have attachment only to Krishna. Guru and Krishna and Vaishnavas, in fact. That is your family. Now, as part of his daily activity, Krishna is just entering the waters of Yamuna. We heard how clouds were actually so happy to serve him. Now he is coming to the waters of Yamuna. The cows used to drink water from Yamuna. And the Gopas used to jump into the Yamuna and play with Krishna. The best of these rivers is the one who is the dearest to Bhagavan. He is Kalindi, who is Yamuna. See, really so. Because he is the one who really comes from this Kalinda mountain. Kalindi is the one whose water from receiving Krishna's touch or from the ajnana of the gopis, because gopis come and then take bath. So their kajal, all the kajal, you know what they really do on the eyebrows, all the thing gets into the Yamuna. So she gets a dark color. Yamuna is darkish color. So Yamuna has assumed the Krishna Syama color, which is also coming from the eyebrows of gopis. So Yamuna has bluish water. So our verse spoken about Krishna when he enters into the Yamuna. As soon as the lotus feet of Krishna touched the water of Yamuna, she becomes excited in bliss. Her water begins to swirl as if they are overcome with the desire. This is the meaning of that sloka. What is that desire? With her arms, in the forms of waves, she touches out to reach. She wants to touch the lotus feet of Krishna. So he is trying to reach out and to offer the lotus flowers to his lotus feet. Where the lotus flower coming from? It's coming from her, her waters only. Because Yamuna has so much of water, lotus flowers. Having heard her heart stolen by the sound of Krishna's flute, the waves of her bhava were like her hands. And taking a gift of lotuses, Kamalo Paharaha. Kamalo means gift, because in these hands, with her hands, he offered so many lotus flowers at the feet of Krishna. Kamalo Pahara can also mean Lakshmi, which means splendor. What is the splendor of a river? The lotus. So it can also mean taking that splendor and offering it to Krishna's feet. So the waves have been said to be caught in these long, long arms. And there were not just two of these arms, but thousands and thousands of waves surrounding Krishna's feet. You saw that. like a whirl, it just got hold of Krishna's feet. Why? For grasping his feet, so that Krishna wouldn't be able to go away from her. In this way, after offering a gift of all her splendor, the lotuses, she submerged Krishna's feet in her waves, as if grasping them, thereby placing them in her heart. The gopis are saying the same thing. How can we go and grasp the feet of Krishna in this way? Clouds are so fortunate. Giriraja Govardhan is so fortunate. We saw that before. Now they look at the rivers. Yamuna, all the rivers. Yamuna, look at the Yamuna river. How can we go and grasp the feet of Krishna in this way? We are so afraid of being disgraced in society. And therefore we cannot go. We are unable to abandon our present circumstances to meet with Krishna. But this river has abandoned everything. It abandoned its shame. Even though Yamuna was actually feminine. And even if its fierce flow it abandoned. And embraced the feet of Krishna. It is the same for us. We are unable to engage in sadhana bhajana as the Mahajanas do. Like our acharyas do. They hardly sleep. 2 hours, 3 hours, that's all the sleep is. They were like the Yamuna Devi. While all our acharyas did, why can't we do it? Because we do not have bhakti to our Gurudev. This is where everything starts. We think that we can directly go to Krishna. But Krishna says, without the grace of my devotee, you cannot come to me. Even when we do our Mangala Arati, what do we do? The Guru Arati, what do we do? You cannot. First you do the puja to your Guru. We do not have Guru Bhakti. We don't even call a Guru. This is our situation. So, as the Yamuna river offered the gift of all of her lotuses to Krishna's feet, we should offer everything with our very hearts to the spiritual master and the Vaishnavas. There is no other way. This is the statement from Gurudev. Sometimes we may have the association of Guru and the Vaishnavas, but due to our ego and hankering for wealth and comforts, we have become so foolish not to make use of these opportunities. We have no such eagerness by which we can turn the tendency of our minds away from material enjoyment, but direct them exclusively towards Krishna. As Srila Prabhupada said, the Desis are so unfortunate in this way. Very pitiable situation. This is the message being carried by the river, especially Yamuna, and the instruction being given here through the medium of the Uttamadhikari, Vaishnavas and the Gopis. Okay, so we covered the Yamuna at the last.